With solar panels, it seems like I'm faced with the same problem as with mechanism, where it all seems to really add up after a while. Almost positive I had glass panes. I couldn't have used them all. Could I have? Maybe. Oh, I'll make more. So, we need 3 photoelectric panes. There we are. We need a tiny basic capacitor. We can get that with regular basic capacitors, which I think we already have, but we're going to need more of those anyway. Oh yeah, another one of those dielectric casings. So now I got a starter solar panel, but we need 2 more of those. And that translates to more lava. What I'm going to do is this. Take this basic fluid tank. It's enough to store 8, I think, buckets. Actually, there's a way to upgrade these. You need iron and infused alloy. Wonder how much of that I got. And where I put it. I'm out of it. Did I put all my osmium in the same place? Apparently it did. Okay, so I will whip up some... Actually, no, I got an even better idea than that. Yeah, I know this is getting annoying, but it has to do with how mechanism and such works nowadays. If I remember correctly, I need gold as well for this. So I'm going to enrich some redstone. Make some room for it. Enrich some diamonds. And while the diamond's enriching, make some infused alloys. It's much better at making them now. And upgrade this into an advanced fluid tank. And if I remember correctly... Oh, I don't need gold. I didn't know that. I think for advancing some things you need diamond and gold as opposed to just diamond and iron. But here think after that's atomic alloy, but not so sure I want to go that far. So I'm going to go over to that big meteor impact crater and either fill up the tank or drain it. And then I'll have enough lava for, well, pretty much anything I please. Well, here it is, 128 buckets worth of lava. And I've already started making my dielectric paste out of that. So let's see, I need 6 of these to make, and where did I put, there it is, okay. And 2 of these. I figured I need more of these rods too. I might as well exhaust my supply of clay here. And put this away too while I'm thinking about it. Oh. Dielectric casing again. And there we are. A solar panel. Now I'd need to make 3 of these to make a hardened capacitor. And I somehow wound up with a mechanism reward out of that. But I'm gonna need redstone. And so it looks to me as though I'm going to have to go down into the caves again and look for some. So I suppose I'll get back to you when I've done that. You know, it just occurred to me that now that I have the digital miner, I might as well see what its capabilities actually are in terms of efficient usage of power, because I found a lot of stuff down there when I was looking for redstone. Problem is, I'm not so sure that this is enough redstone still. You know when this happens. There we go. Yeah, it's got something in it, this thing. So let's see. I'm going to put this in here to power it up. Look at that. And then, let's see. I know the name of... it's easy to see the names of these, so I'm going to config it. I don't think that it really should be as narrow as 10. The minimum, I might just... Yeah, I'm not sure how the digital miner responds to this new configuration, this new way that the game works. Because I set this to 32 just to be sure, to be safe. In doing this, I have specified a parameter. I had a sort of a range for the digital miner to work in. A radius of 32 and a minimum depth of minus 64 and a maximum depth of plus 64. I thought the actual minimum was minus 128, but... So, Let's see. This used to be Ordict. I guess now it's Tag. Okay, so that should be its name. And yeah, here we go. This is all the stuff that the tag redstone underscore ore is capable of picking up. So there's that. Now, we have Silk Touch. That consumes significantly more power than just plain mining, but so here are all the ways that you can use redstone ore. And in one of these, yeah, in an enrichment chamber, you can get 12 redstone out of one block. Compare that with a pulverizer, 6 redstone. Or an induction, well, I'm not going to go too deeply into this. So, only a handful of redstone ore is enough for a stack. Let's see. There are 563, and counting down. Oh, brother. Okay, yeah, I really need to, make more powerful energy supply, because if even an energy cell can't keep up with the demands of this thing, yeah, that took like seconds. And in that time, I got 8 blocks of ore. All of them deep slate, by the way. And those 8 blocks of ore, out of a possible 563 in the area, that's, well, 8 times 12. What's 8 times 12? I forget. 8 times 12 is 4 times 24 is 2 times 4. 96. It's 96. So I'm going to make some redstone here. And there. And take some of this out before it fills up. Actually, it only takes 5 blocks of ore to get, well, it'll get you 60, but the 6th block is 72, and that's too much for one inventory slot to handle. But the point behind my doing this is now I got some redstone, blocks of it, and I can start really working with Powah. Just let me put some of this stuff away, some of this old loot. I suppose if I were just going down there for the sake of going down there, then, and coming up with stuff, then I consider this a success. And I suppose you could call it that anyway. Because, here, have a look at some of this stuff. Diamond armor, diamond tools, a new pickaxe, although I'm not actually sure how powerful it is, whether it can dig obsidian or not. Oh, and this, yeah, I suppose I'm going to need redstone torches later, but I didn't need them now. I meant to make regular torches. Stupid of me. So I guess when we last left off, we were trying to make one of these. This solar panel is going to be a formidable power source. Yes, I use fancy words. What of it? Let's get our old supplies here. Huh. I just have a couple of random iron blocks. And energy cells. I don't know what these things contain, how much energy these things contain, but at some point I'm going to have to be either on par with or eclipse the ultimate energy cube in mechanism. Now that is capable of storing 120, 102.4 mega FEs, whatever those are. While I'm thinking about this, I might have to deconstruct the Powah setup, because I mean it's pretty bush league as setups are concerned. You've got energy cables and energizing rods, and they're all basic. I'm going to need better cables. Otherwise, it'll take forever to charge stuff. But I suppose before I do that, I ought to... where are we? Ah, here we go. Yeah, this last one, these nitro crystals, they take, among other things, a nether star. Now, granted, it makes a lot of them, but that's beside the point when you're talking about nether stars, meaning killing withers, meaning meaning killing wither skeletons for their heads, meaning killing a lot of wither skeletons. Okay, so let's see. It takes, so one of these makes two of these, two hardened capacitors, and it takes two regular capacitors to make a hardened capacitor, to make a large basic capacitor to make two hardened capacitors. So, long story short, I need 16 capacitors. Now, do I have enough? Okay, so that amounts to 4 blocks of redstone, 16 iron ingots, 8 units of dielectric paste. Settle in, folks. There's going to be a lot of these calculations coming, I'm sure. I'll just take that out. And voila. Basic capacitors. Another voila. Energized steel. I was going to say I had this. And once again, voila. 16 hardened capacitors. I know this was a challenge, an optional one, but that's beside the point. Okay, this is a thing in Powah, and I'm not sure what it's used for. I think it's used for something in here. Yeah, sounds dumb on me, but I remember it being a component to build something. So I figure if I can get ahead. Okay, 24 of these. Well, at least with these things. Well, first off, I'd like to see if I have enough redstone that I can afford to do it. If I don't, or rather if I run out of redstone, then I might want to just stop doing the challenges and start, building stuff. More stuff, or no, what yet? No, work on the solar panel, then go on a raid. There are a couple of places I mean to get to. So, let's see. Blazing capacitors. Let us pull out our calculators once again. The challenge requires 24. That's 24... 12 large capacitors, 24 regular capacitors. 24 regular capacitors divided by 4 is 6. But before I do any of that, I'm going to need dielectric paste. I am running out of this stuff. I think by this time, I'm just going to stop using actual numbers and start saying, well, it's a lot. Now then, I just gotta clear some room. I'm such a disorganized mess right now. I mean, take this gold ore. Where do I put the stuff? Oh, here. And there's gold ingots too. They go here. If only applied energistics was a little bit more... Well, if it had a quest line. Then well, let's just say I'd be more inclined to do it. So once again, whip ourselves up some nice dielectric paste right here. Yeah, I got a good amount of it. How many of these can I... Oh, phew. Of course. Stupid of me. I need the iron. And try this again. Okay, I can make 19 of these. That's good to know in case some of these get really unreasonable. I got 24 basic capacitors, but what do I not have? Well, because you know what else I need? $48 blazing crystals, and blazing crystals are just blaze rods. However, as daunting as this sounds, it is not exactly the most impossible thing in the world. Especially since I found some fire resistance potions, because the answer to doing this is abundantly clear. Starting with me killing that skeleton, because it's being a nuisance. And then I'm going to take a nice trip to the underworld. How many blaze rods do I have right now? And where am I putting them? Did I seriously lose my... there they are. I got 16 right now. I need 48. So I'm going to grab all the fire resistance potions I can lay my hands on, which includes 2 that I managed to loot from a chest on that cave expedition. Then I'm going to go over here, into the nether, go to my local blaze spawner, knock out enough blazes for 48. Okay, this is not helping. There we go. For 48, 48 blaze rods. I don't think I'll start with that one. It's not in a controlled environment. Then I'll go back. As soon as I'm finished, I need 48 blaze rods. And I'll see you after I've done all that. And no, I'm not going to forget to drink my fire resistance potion. Tastes kind of spicy, but worth it in the end. Well, after all that, I got more than enough blaze rods. Of course, that's only because I had like one less than I wanted to while I was fighting blazes. So I drank another fire resistance potion and figured I'd keep going until that one ran out. Suffice it to say, I'm either completely or almost out of fire resistance potions. I have to brew up a few more. Where would I put my... Oh, there it is. And should still have some blaze powder left over. And some slime. And just a bit of redstone. So, that. Yeah, put this away. Now to recap. Oh, it looks like I also need 48 48 units of dielectric paste, and I'm short on, and I don't have that much right just now. There we go. I also ended up taking out wither skeletons, but so far, out of all the wither skeletons I've faced off against, only one of them dropped its skull. Goes to show you just how rare those are. Okay, so now I'll have 3 fire resistance potions ready to go for the next time I have to do something like this. So anyway, oh, stupid of me. Let me just get to there. As far as I know, you can only ever charge these things up one at a time. You see, it took a few seconds there to to charge up the blaze rods. So I'm going to look into, let's see, cables. And we have basic energy cables, hardened energy cables. Oh, and those require hardened capacitors. That's the thing. You need these capacitors to build what you're looking for. Well, like you need basic capacitors to make basic starter cables, hardened capacitors to make hardened starter cables, blazing capacitors to make blazing starter cables. The only difference seems to be that you need the number you need. So I suppose with that in mind... Oh dear. Okay, I seem to have drained my energy, and it looks like... Oh, it looks like the sun's going down too. What can I do to supplement it? Well, arguably build another generator. Which seems a nice opportune time to find that, oh, here it is. The electrolytic core, because there's another kind of generator involved that mechanism could do. It's called the gas burning generator. Let me see if I've got the supply as I need for it already. Takes 2 steel casings. I think that was 4 osmium, but I'm not sure. Yeah, 4. And as for, oh, you see, I don't seem to have infused alloys. It's not that big of a deal. I'll just whip up some more of it in here. We'll enrich the redstone. That should be good for eight. And as soon as I got 2 of them, I'll build the gas burning generator, which, as you can easily tell, burns gas. There we are. Where should I put this thing? There doesn't seem to be that good of a place for it. Maybe out there? I leave the door open. Okay, that's that fixed. Alright, what do I get for a reward? Whoopee. What am I gonna do with this stuff?